I'm barefoot in a clearing in a forest. Did you hear that noise?
And we heard this. And Ciaran goes, "The fuck's that?" And everyone's like, "A bull?"
I was like, "Is that a cow?" And everyone else was like, "A bull." And I was like, "Right, sorry, I don't know every fucking animal noise ever. I'd never heard a noise like it. It wasn't a normal."
That's such an overreaction. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know every fucking animal. That's a mum on a holiday under pressure when it's 32 degrees.
That's where I idle mentally. I'm idling as mum under pressure.
You're a too warm holiday mum.
Sippers get ready. When people get ready. Sippers get ready for tea with me.
Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into this episode, let me tell you a few things about a few things. First of all, Tea With Me Live sold out at the Wall Garden in Bangor as part of Open House Festival, but we were at the Waterfront Hall on the 29th and 30th of November. Wow. 29th is pretty much sold out. Some single tickets left and tickets up at the back, couple of rows, but it's good as sold out. 30th, we still got tickets left. We will announce the lineups closer to the time, but needless to say, it'll be great. There'll be a bit of stand-up. The crack was good. Patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast for extra Tea With Me bonus episodes on a Monday. I did a piss on a kayak a couple of weeks ago on one of those episodes, and we do the live stream every Friday. Sometimes we do Lazy Boys with me, Mickey Bartlett and William Thompson, which is exclusive to Patreon. Fossey, was that any other housekeeping I need to go through? No. Okay. ShaneTalkComedy.com. I am on tour. By the time this episode comes out, I don't know what dates I will have announced, but the UK and Ireland tour is coming up soon, and some of those tickets are not selling. I'm looking at you, Newcastle, Manchester, this is most of them, Cardiff, Bristol, Liverpool. Some of these are a disaster, and I'm not going to lie about that. If the lift in Cardiff in the Glee Club holds 18 people, we could do the gig in the lift. One person would have to get out, because that's including me. Sold 18 tickets. It's 450 cap. So please go to ShaneTalkComedy.com. If you're coming to the UK and Ireland tour shows, get yourself a ticket. There are plenty. So if you like to spread out and have a nice seat, that's what you can do. Before we get into this episode, we are sponsored by none other than Manscaped, the number one in men's below the belt grooming. Manscaped have it all. Manscaped have it all. If you think about it like this, if your groin area had 450 seat capacity, with Manscaped you can take that down to 18 people. You're not taking it down to 0, because that would look weird if you're a full adult man. Let's establish that, because people will think you're a giant baby or something. But you could take that down to a nice little 18-seater. There's room. It's nice and it's relaxed. It's comfortable. It's not all jammed and crammed in and all that kind of thing. They have all products you can think of. The Lawnmower 5.0 for shaving your down below. They've got products for aftercare for that sort of thing, so you're not all sore and red and chafing and all. Ball deodorant, ball toner, ball cleanser, ball wipes, everything for the modern man. They've got razors for your face. They've got stuff for your beard. They've got lotions and potions and trinkets and everything. Go to manscaped.com. Use the code TEAWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. My guest this week is none other than returning hero Ciaran Bartlett. My Mysteries co-host, the host of the No Blasters podcast, the man, the myth, the legend. He's taken some time off recently. I'm delighted to say he's easing himself back into things. And he's eased himself into me this week. Please enjoy this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with my guest and my friend, Ciaran Bartlett. No, there was a viral video from years ago of an American kid. This wee, like, ginger, very camp American kid. And he stopped at traffic lights. You ever seen this?
No.
So girls out recording out the window of a car, and then he pulls up with his mum, and they're playing That's Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, and he sings the chorus to them. And then as the car's driving off, he just gets the last few words. You never seen that?
No.
Oh, it was great.
Do you know what I enjoy the bit, the staring at the blank
the gospel choir.
Yeah, that bit's great.
They went like, because you never knew he had a sister, and then he was sort of on the back burner. She jumped out with a couple of big songs, and then she went away too. So is it like, do you think, because they were never big at the same time?
He had like a terrible accident, didn't he? Yeah. And then she had children, and that's why both their careers dipped.
Some mothers thrive and have children career-wise.
Yes, but as a pop star, you take time off to have
Yeah.
kids, and your window closes. Like, you know what I mean?
Bum.
I'm
Bum,
speaking from
bum.
experience here. Like, you know.
How
what I mean?
good was the first time you heard "Gotta Get Through This" by Danny Bedingfield?
Oh, I was.
He made it in his bedroom.
That was huge. All that there.
His bedroom?
Yep. He showed me it before, and then I fell on him. That was the terrible accident he had, but the life-changing injuries. But the
If you're not the one,
I love that.
It's a great song.
Do you know that's a great song for seeing if you've still got it vocals wise, because it's all soft and all, and then there's the more powerful I don't wanna run away, and then there's the fucking is there any way that
Okay, just being
can
serious.
stay?
Just do that bit. Just do the falsetto bit. But be serious. No. Start again.
What?
Be serious with it.
I'm being serious. I was.
Just
I was
go
in
from
it.
the start of it. Not the start of the whole
Do you know what I
song.
would love? I would love a note. And I'll sing it where Daniel sings it. Can I get it on my phone?
Yeah.
'Cause
You're tuning up for this?
I want my note, because I don't wanna not sing it where he sings it, because
Right.
people will go, oh, you're not singing it as high as he does.
Yeah.
Because that's the sort of thing people say.
I'll try it as an amateur musician as opposed to
Right.
you while you do this.
Oh, as opposed to professional singer Ciaran Bartlett.
You literally are a professional singer.
I'm literally not.
Have you been paid to sing before? Then
Before, that's like saying Gary Lineker's a professional footballer. Former professional footballer.
You're a former professional singer,
Former.
but that still means you were a professional singer at some point. I've never been paid to sing. I've been paid to not sing.
Here, how many Spotify listens do you think this one's had?
If you're not the one with Danny Bedingfield, 624 million.
181 million.
That's not a lot,
That's-
considering how good
that's
that song
not-
is.
And fucking gotta get through this. Is
Fucking.
only on fucking is only on 86.9 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy. James Dean, the second single from that album's in there.
That was awful.
Yeah.
You be James Dean in the movie scene. That was the first time he went out of the bedroom. He did that one in the attic. He couldn't see.
Let me get this note down. Hang on.
Right, I can't believe we're doing this.
And we're doing it. I'll never know what the future brings, but I know you're here with me now. We'll make it through, and I hope you are the one I share my life with. Here we're into it. I don't want to run away, but I can't take it. I don't understand.
You're singing like a black guy. I love
If I'm not made for you, then why does my heart
He's got it.
tell
He's
me
got it.
that I am? Is there any way that I can stay in your arms? It's nearly there. It's nearly
That's there.
No, it's nearly there.
Congratulations.
It's all cracky, you know.
You
I'm not
stopped
professional
being
anymore.
white halfway through that. That was great.
Just went purple.
You transcended race halfway
I
through
feel
that.
like if I was standing up and didn't feel the pressure that I feel right now.
Yeah, you're a BSG,
What's that?
big soulful guy.
Chloe would say big sexy giant, but that's just what she calls me in the house.
That was really nice. I like it
It's
when
a
you
good
sing.
song to test your falsetto.
Yeah, you been watching the Olympics?
No, I was talking about this the other day. The Paris Olympics has had no impact on me. There's but
What? Let me ask you this then.
what Olympics?
What
has?
Olympics have had an effect on you?
The 92 Barcelona, Shane. Barcelona. I've watched. I have vivid memories of 92 Barcelona, 96 Atlanta.
What age were you for 90?
Like 6, but I have memories of Linford Christie in that Olympics. Like I
saw him at the Mary Peters track once.
Really? I have memories of the 96 Atlanta Olympics. Was Sydney 2000? I think it might have been.
What was Tokyo then?
Fuck knows.
That's the one I remember.
See, when they're in Asia and South America, you never see them. Because
Sydney-
it's all on at like fucking 2 in the morning and all.
Staying
The
just
London Olympics
knackered.
was
Why are
good.
you so knackered? I was up last night watching the curling.
I know,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
I love the Winter Olympics. We're the Winter Olympics, there's more jeopardy.
Does it remind you of Cool Runnings?
It does. It gives me Cool Runnings vibes. The time that I coached the Jamaican bobsled team, it reminds me of the game we had on the Sega for what I think were the '94 Winter Olympics at Lillehammer in Norway. there was a Sega game of that which was big in our house, and then just the Winter Olympics. There's more Jeopardy. Like a team who have done 2 perfect bobsleigh runs can absolutely crash and burn, like, or freeze and lose, like, and somebody else will sweep in. Or, like, do you remember the time, so 2 things, speed skating, fucking brilliant, because there was the time when everybody went in their holes and the person who was in last won the fucking goal, which I enjoyed.
When one falls and then they all fall.
And then there was one where, this was like, I think this was either at the Worlds or like the last Olympics, where some woman, a speed skater, like some fucking hard on skates, right? No, some speed skater, you know, they when they're doing, say, 10 laps, they all fuck around for 6 laps, right? She just went, you know what?
I'm away.
And she lapped them and sat at the back the rest of the race. And it was like they all forgot it. Like they all just like, so when they do the last lap, clapper, it's only for her.
Right.
She's on her last lap. Everyone else is fucking, and some of them get over the line, think they've won, stop them. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So I love the jeopardy of that.
I love the visual of you sitting on the couch just like shouting
Judging.
criticism at elite winter athletes.
I do it here. I do it for gymnasts as well.
There was an Asian guy who
With Watsits just
on your
on my daddies.
There was an Asian guy who was brilliant speed skating up in the Donald Ice Bowl back in the day.
Really? What was his
Like
name?
don't know, but he was like way older than, like, we were kids going up to the Ice Bowl.
Yeah.
And there was one like adult male Asian guy who was just fucking brilliant speed skating.
In Dundalk.
He was like in his mid-40s.
Yeah,
But he's
that's
brilliant.
mental. No,
I haven't seen 1 minute of the Olympics.
It's boring. It's
is boring.
It's a boring Olympic.
But what's all the controversy about the opening ceremony?
I thought people liked the opening ceremony.
They
Celine
did
Dion?
they did something about the Last Supper people were not happy with.
I don't know. I
They
didn't see
depicted
that.
it in a certain way.
What was that?
And I think Celine Dion was supposed to be singing at it, but then
Do you know what? The 2 great Last Supper jokes.
What?
So one is, you know, do you ever see the painting of the Last Supper and in the corner there's a wee blue bag? Judas's carryout. Top answer. And then the other one is they actually ordered that table for 26 because they're like, yeah, there's 13 of us, but we're all just going to sit on one side.
yeah.
I love that. That's so
What would
true.
your Last Supper be? Sippers, let me interrupt this podcast very quickly just to tell you that this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You might know BetterHelp. They've been sponsoring us for a little while on the podcast. And, you know, they are a therapy service with a little bit of a difference. I know a lot of people compare themselves to others in all different walks of life. Obviously, social media plays a big part in that as well. Maybe you see what someone else is doing that you know when you go, I'm not doing that. Why am I not doing that? All those kind of things. Very normal thoughts. Comparison is the thief of joy. And it's easy to just envy what other people do, but sometimes people aren't even doing that thing. They're just making it seem like they're doing that kind of thing, and then you think you're going to try and do this thing, but they're not actually doing that thing. Therapy can help you focus on what you want to do instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. If you've benefited from, you know, talking to people before, but maybe that's something you haven't done in a while, then you should look into BetterHelp. If you've been to therapy and maybe going in one-on-one with someone made you feel uncomfortable or just wasn't your thing, that's where BetterHelp come in. You do this from the comfort of your own home. You get matched up with a licensed therapist. If you don't like your therapist, you don't feel like you're syncing up, then you can change. Everything's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire and they match you up then and there. You can go to betterhelp.com/teawithme. That's betterhelp.com/teawithme. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. The link is in the description. Back to the episode.
What would my Last Supper be? Tell you what, there wouldn't be 12 religious guys hanging out with me when I'm doing it. What would my Last Supper be? Interesting. I would go nuts.
We were just nuts.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier.
Big bag of KP driver.
We were talking earlier about how 90s it was to have the imagery, which you don't see anymore in like films or anything, of a lovely pie resting on a windowsill being stolen by a villain.
I used to enjoy the
Stealing.
the smell. Yeah, stealing pies from windows. The smell hand. The hand of the smell of the pie.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
grabs
those
you by
three.
the nose and drags you to the pie. I
Yeah.
used to enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's a unwashed pie that gets you by the smell hand these days. Look, I was driving the other day. This is a true story.
I believe you.
I was on the motorway and a massive stink of piss entered my car, like huge, like holy fuck, there's piss in my car, and I was like, do you ever do like a wee pish before you leave the house?
Yeah.
Like, no, but I mean, like as a rule, like I piss
No.
seconds before I leave my house so that I don't get caught, right?
Right.
Needing a piss out of the house. That sounds
You think
weird.
the police will pull you over?
Yeah.
Let me check that bladder.
I'm sitting there like a Pillsbury Doughboy going, ooh. So so I went for a piece and I'm driving down the road and I'm like, because this has happened once or twice in my life where I go, have I somehow pissed all over myself and didn't realise that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where maybe I've taken my eye off the ball, as it were, while pissing.
Well, you think if you don't look at your genitals,
And I'm going, I couldn't remember whether I
went before you left the
I
house.
gave myself like a proper, a stare down while I was pissing or not. So
Right.
I'm going, and it turned out that the smell, I looked down at my trousers and I hadn't pissed all over myself. But
It was
going,
Chloe.
and then I'm going, is there a pair of pishy fucking cacks sitting in this car somehow? Is somebody pranking me? And then I realised
Classic.
there was a massive truck filled with
Piss.
like sheep and cows, I think, or I couldn't tell by the faces, but you could,
So you're saying, if you look at the face of a
but
sheep and a cow, you're like, I'm on the fence here.
I was driving past them at this point, and it was only as I drove past them and the smell stopped that I realised the smell of piss was coming from the truck. But my immediate thought was, it's always good when you think you smell like a herd of cattle,
Yeah.
or that's possible. It's
But
like
you saw just the face and you went, it could be either.
it's a keep, a shy. You don't know what it is, and then there's there's a specific smell of manure that you can work up in a 2 or 3 day, I haven't had a shower, I've had the flu sort of stink on yourself, or like a gym stink that you might get sometimes. And so sometimes when I would be driving in the countryside, I'll be like,
Is that me or the field?
please let that be the field.
Right.
And to be fair, the last load of times it has been.
It has been
Because
the
I
field.
keep a tight ship these days.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are you doing different? Using a loofah? Do you use a loofah?
More. I don't have a loofah. I have a wee like, wee shower ball, like a wee
Yes.
an exfoliator
Yes.
that's on like a wooden stick. It helps me get into those hard to reach areas. Yeah.
And is this for the bath or the shower?
Sure. I don't take baths.
See, that I think I will surprise a lot of people.
Not that I'm not a big bather.
Yeah, I could see you being a big bath guy.
I love a bath, but I don't do it in the house.
Where do you do it?
In Swiss hotels.
Swiss, like Geneva.
Yeah, like in a nice hotel. Maybe
Kieran will
something
only
like that.
bath. That will be such a barometer of success. Kieran will only have a bath in Switzerland. Like he'll only.
All my baths need to be tax free. You know what I mean?
Would you like that? We've talked about this before. Not America. If you could live in another country, where would you live?
This is we're assuming that the island of Ireland is a 32 county thing here, aren't we? Because if not, I would definitely live
Off this island.
yeah. So thanks for that. Italy. Yeah, I would do Italy for sure. I could definitely do Rome, but I'm starting to become intrigued by like the real Italy, like the wee towns and all, where like there's like a wee pasta shop and some wee old woman making bread.
I was in Genoa, and it was shady as fuck.
Really?
I didn't think that, but then everybody there told us. They're like walking the main streets. A lot of pickpocket.
No, Naples is a wee bit
Mafia country.
a wee bit crazy as well.
I'd like to go there.
It's not an overly nice city, but
If
the
you-
area is lovely, like Sorrento and.
If
all
you were
that.
there, right, in
Yeah.
Naples, sitting outside a pasta shop on a wee chair,
With nipples. Yeah.
and somebody went, "He's an underworld figure." What do you think they would think you do? Just by looking at them.
I've said this before. I believe I have the look of a trafficker.
Yeah.
Like I traffic in human flesh. That's,
Yeah.
You know, you're from somewhere that's been recently bombed out. I take all your money and tell you I'm giving you a better life. That better life is on some sort of raft that goes somewhere where bad people are waiting on you.
And I could see you with glasses on string, and see when you put those glasses on, it's just to look at figure with a calculator.
Oh yeah,
calculator.
that's for me to go with 2,000 of these poor bastards today. I get, you know.
Now, what do you think they'd think if I'm sitting on a stool, and they go in Naples, and they go, "He's an underworld figure."
You have two looks for me. One is you could be quite a good grey man, like a good assassin type. You know,
thank you. I love that.
Like a blender, like a eye blend, and like, you know, and yeah, like, you know, but you blend into certain areas, and people don't remember you. They're like, oh, it was just a guy. It was a grey figure. I don't remember. You know.
You think that started great? You were like, you could be an assassin, and
No,
now,
but I mean, because you could pull off the all the Italian guys. No, you could pull off the
Mamma mia!
You could pull off the Italian fashion, so you could blend in Italy, but
Right.
then, you know, it's sort of like
I could escape to Poland,
yeah,
and
yeah,
nobody would think anything.
yeah, or you could be like one of those sort of guys who's worked his way up through something to now run it. So you used to be like a low life kind of, maybe like
gopher.
a wee low life drug gopher.
Yeah.
And now you're running like some sort of heroin plantation, or like,
But you think they
you know,
respect
you
me?
were
or
a
you
wee
think-
rent boy, and now you're running like a whole load of rent boys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm now the rentee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the landlord.
I could see you being a
men's
corrupt.
bums.
I could see you being a corrupt sunbed distributor.
All my things are like all to do with
Corruption.
just with flesh.
But I think
it's tanning. It's fucking trafficking people. It's selling weird meats.
I
You know,
think-
like horse meat, but I'm telling you, it's beef.
I think people come up to you to rent the Sun Lounge in Naples, and you're like, you know, €20 for the afternoon, but you don't write them a ticket for it. You're like, I could write you a ticket, or this could cost you €18. You know what I mean? Then it's your back pocket.
I'm definitely that.
Yeah.
I definitely.
My dad used to offer the guys that do that in Tenerife the option. Say it was €10, he'd go,
Yeah.
don't worry about a ticket if you don't want to. So he gave them the option of keeping it, which I thought was good.
Oh right, I would definitely be a corrupt. See, if I was ever a traffic warden here,
Yeah.
I would absolutely be the guy who's a complete cunt writing tickets for people. You know, someone's sitting on double yellow lines to pick someone up outside a hospital or something. I'll pounce on that and go.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be 45 quid, or it can be 20.
Is it true that they have to write out a certain amount of tickets in a week? Or
I
in
think
a
so.
day?
I think they have quotas. Yeah.
Otherwise, they could just walk about doing nothing. Really, is that it?
I think they do mostly walk about doing nothing. I mean, here, come at me, wardens.
Yeah.
Don't. I hate their faux authority that they have.
I was outside a Cafe Nero getting my plan was get the pram out of the car, get the kids in it, give them in. Then my wife was already in there.
Yeah.
Then I go and move the car.
Mm.
I literally park up on double yellow, but I'm not like stopping it. I'm on a side road. I'm not stopping anybody getting by. And then I literally stopped, and there was a traffic warden there, and I start taking the stuff out, and I went, I'll be literally 2 seconds here. But I was dead on. I was like, I'll be 2 seconds here. I'm gonna fire them in the pram, leave the pram in. I'll be out of here in 45 seconds. I just added 43 seconds to the time I was going to be there. And you're expecting the traffic warden to go, here, no worries, take your time. She goes,
She was inhuman.
She goes, you need to move the car. I went, I will when I'm done. And she went, no, but you need to move it now. And I went, I could be done by now. And I went through with it, but I didn't get a ticket.
Mental. There was one. So I feel if I was telling that story, you would have been going, but were you on the double yellows? And I'd be going, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be going, but what does the double yellows mean? No parking at any time? Was it any time? But also,
Joe cracks me up.
What?
People that don't understand, like parking in terms of people like maybe not from Belfast on a Sunday at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
on street parking going, oh, where do I get a ticket? You don't.
I know, yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I
like
hate that.
Here, I think they should be a bit more human about it.
Yeah.
So like,
But they do get talked to like shit.
Everybody hates them. It is probably one of the. I would suggest that some people hate them more than what are traditional
Murders.
sort of like hate figures. Other authority figures. You know, some people don't like the cops or whatever. I think so. I would personally dislike.
What's your opinion on?
I would personally dislike traffic wardens a bit more. Do you know who I dislike the most?
Yeah.
The speed camera people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've no respect for them.
Of course.
I'll see them and I'll be under the speed limit and I'm still fuming. I see them and go, you're fucking scamming everybody, man.
It'd be lovely to see like the actual speed, because when you see if you're doing 36 and a 30 and then you see them, you don't go down to 29. You go down to like 8 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's why I always drive.
This is the.
Do you do this? The other cars coming?
No.
If there's a speed camera?
No.
Flash. Just to let you know.
I won't do that because that looks like I'm patting somebody on the head that isn't there. But I have occasionally.
What do you do? So I'm driving.
I've flashed the lights a couple of times.
Oh right. I thought you were like, come in.
All right. Yeah. I don't do that. I just go.
Yeah. Do people respect the truck? Do you find like traffic wardens stuff like that would respect your truck more?
No, I think people hate it. Although I did speak to I got good info off a truck. See, I dislike them as a
Concept.
as a concept, but I have spoken to a couple who were very dead on. But when I speak to them, I turn into my ma speaking to like a cop or something.
Oh, I thought you meant like an Eddie Murphy.
Sir, yes, you sir.
I thought you meant like an Eddie Murphy movie.
What?
Like you'll go away for a minute and come back as Ciaran Bartlett.
Yeah. No, it's just Norbit.
Yeah.
I've been over being like, when you're potentially gonna get a ticket.
Yes.
So you
It's a bit of sweet talk.
you do a wee bit of a flirt with the traffic.
Listen, I know
warden.
you just get it tight and all. People saying you're wee wankers and all. I love it.
I would never say I like defend you.
Yeah.
I defend you. No, I'd be like, I'd parked the truck one day, but the both bumpers were over the space because
So you weren't in the space?
But it was, Shane, if you'll allow me to finish, because
Please.
So both bumpers were over, but it was because
So you're out of the
sorry,
space.
not both bumpers. The back bumper was over.
Doesn't
because
matter
the
whether
person,
it's one or
no,
two.
but the person in front of me was also in like a truck and it was over. No,
You're not your brother's
so
keeper.
I spoke to there was two traffic wardens walking about and I'm like, why do you go around in pairs whenever anyway, right?
So sorry, you're in over two spaces. You see a traffic warden.
The back of the truck is hanging
Yes or
over,
no, you over two
and I'm
spaces?
sitting there going, I've heard stories about like people getting a photo taken of their a bumper hanging over or something, but it's actually the wheel. If your wheels are within the space, and this is from the mouths of two of these traffic wardens, that if your wheels are in the space, you're in the
Fosty's
space.
looking it up.
It is here. That's what they both
Right.
said to me, and I've gone with that ever since, because it was a white van that was in front of me that was fucking me up, but his wheels were in,
Right.
and so if your wheels are in, you're in. Here, that's what they said. They said they wouldn't ticket me.
The position of the wheels is irrelevant.
Well, this
You're
is
like me on TikTok looking at scientific advice on supplements. You see one guy say it in the video, be like, seaweed will cure your childhood trauma, and you're like, order some seaweed.
But this was
A guy said it.
This was two traffic wardens who both went, we never ticket for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right.
Maybe they said it in a sarcastic way.
Because I even said them, I went, because I've heard like pictures get taken of like stuff hanging over the line, and they're like, no, that's not what we do anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, right. And I was like,
Would your truck-
I was like, did you both really want to be police and then didn't get in?
Would your truck?
That's what I assume about them.
Would your truck be good for the environment?
Would yours?
I don't have a truck.
Oh, you have a Jeep though.
Yeah.
Is it good for the environment?
Yeah.
Is it fuck?
No, but
Mine is actually good for the environment. It's ultra low emissions.
is it?
I don't have to pay the charge in London in the ULEZ zone because it's so fresh.
Ciaran, I thought we could do a wee history thing because we haven't potted together in a long time.
I was my peacock proud plumage coming up behind
Oh, I thought
me
you were
there.
doing a Hulk Hogan.
No.
I'm sad you're not coming for lunch after this.
I thought you were meaning like I was just gonna go entirely racist in a video that I thought was private. You know?
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I thought we could do a history related thing, and we've got this article of the unluckiest people in history, and gluten free hobnobs. I thrashed those before the bonus pod recording.
Right.
At like 5.
Mental.
Do you know how much it is for a packet of those? Guess. 360.
Oh my god! I thought 250 was mental.
Because they've got you by the balls.
Because they know you need them. Yep. They know it has to be gluten free.
It's like Big Pharma. You just have to pay for it.
Sorry, what's this history related thing?
So we're looking at the unluckiest people in history.
Mental. WB Yates.
Frosty, that's not on. Is WB Yates an unlucky guy?
You know that story about like where he was after this woman called Maud Gone forever. Like forever. He wrote poems and all about her and was chasing it hard like and fucking asked her to marry him a load of times.
Right.
She just kept going, nah.
Right.
And then she married one of the guys, one of the leaders of the 1916 Rising.
I thought you were going to say the 1975.
And he was still floating around. Yates was still floating around.
Who would you rather your wife married?
Definitely one of those
Matty Healy
leaders.
from the 1975?
No, because he's getting done now, isn't he, for those dirty, weird stage kisses that he does. He did one in Malaysia and they didn't like it.
What does he do?
You know where he like plucks somebody up out of the crowd and checks their ID and then like licks the back of their throat. Yeah. Like it's not a normal, like it's not like we're pulling somebody up on the stage and, you know, give them a hug. He like deeply tongues gets into them like, aye. You know, like the sort of snog that if you saw somebody doing it in a bar, you would even go, all right, mate.
Yeah, but you're still looking.
But you're not even looking, it's just there. You're trying to get your pint.
Yeah.
And somebody's just
you
going,
can't get past your
and
boner.
you can hear it. You know, you can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that.
A glimpse into the kissing technique of Ciaran Bartlett there.
And then just like,
Ciaran.
oh, don't fucking say to me, do your kiss. Fuck off. I know how your brain works. Kiss that mic. No, I'm good. So anyway, WB
Eyes open
Yates,
or closed?
WB Yates, all closed every time. WB occasionally open it in the middle to see if her eyes are closed. But I'll close it again. But then
Do you ever touch your face?
rarely.
Right.
So
Oh, you could double?
I know, yeah, just Baker.
Like a vice.
I said it's the Baker from fucking Mew from fucking Muppets. So he asked her to marry him a lot of times. She then marries this guy who becomes like, you know, a martyr and all that, and then he's still hanging about, and then he hangs around for her daughter, and goes with the daughter for a bit, and then ends up. He asked her to marry him like 5 times or something. She just kept saying no, and then he ended up bucking her, and when he did, both of them agreed wasn't worth the hype.
He's played the longest game.
The longest game ever to end up with that wasn't great, was it? Nah. No synergy.
Because he probably didn't have moves.
He
Being
didn't.
an author back then, you wouldn't have.
I reckon, do you ever look at pictures of Yates and then you know he's a poet? So you're like, he's the sort of guy who wore like a white school shirt, like in his actual everyday life.
At 8 o'clock at night.
And yeah, and he's not, I bet he's a guy, I mean at that time as well, there's no way he's wiping his hole all the way. So it's just like he's gonna have streaky monks and all. He's that sort of guy.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get up off like a leather seat like this, and it won't smell like washing. It'll actually smell a wee bit like his arse.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the most unlucky people in history. Costas
Mitsotakis.
Costas
Sounds Greek.
Mitsotakis. December 2011. The small Spanish village of Cededo transformed from a rural farming community into a suddenly wealthy enclave thanks to a lottery win of 950 million. Oh, I heard about this. So the whole town shared that. So the whole town were doing a syndicate. Is that what it's called?
Right, yeah.
Where they won 950 million.
Wow.
Everyone in town shared the riches except for one man.
Oh.
Their Christmas lottery, known as El Gordo, or the Fat One, isn't exactly the Powerball you may be familiar with. Government prints out multiple tickets, numbers from 0 to 99,000, and distributes them to local offices throughout the country. Anyone can purchase a single ticket, but then people break them up into tenths or fractions, right? Okay.
Here, do you know what though? If there's only 999, what was that?
99,999.
I mean, that's good odds for winning a lottery. Like
Uh,
one in 100,000. Because the odds to win the actual lottery are like fucking. You're more likely to be struck by lightning twice
Yeah.
than you are to win that. You're more. Here's a great fact: you're more likely to die on your way to buy a lottery ticket than you are to win the lottery. True story. No. I
So-
can't believe you can read that from here. That's like fucking.
Well, not read the whole
Dots to
thing,
me.
but every year, a local housewives association in that village would buy a collection of tickets, and everybody bought in. So it was a way to raise money for town functions. Right.
I like the sound of this place.
So yeah, they all drained the cash and in together. That year they won 950 million. But then they won. People flooded the streets in celebration. Waking Up cost us. What's he called here?
Kostas Mitsotakis.
He was a filmmaker from Greece who moved to a barn in the outskirts of the village with his girlfriend.
I love that. I was like, sounds great, and it was. I
The
love that.
Housewives Association simply forgot to reach out to him that year, leaving him on the outside looking in, as the massive winnings were split between 70 households. 130 grand. to a
Between how
few
many
million.
households?
70. Each winning between 130 grand and $1 million.
Oh my god.
He said it would be nice to have been part of it, but he didn't hold a grudge. He's going to make a documentary about the impact the lottery had in the village one day.
Oh my god.
That'd be so. But I'll do a wee film
So
about
why,
this.
why does it say why he didn't put in this one?
I think he lived on the outskirts of the village. They forgot to rap his door to say, "Do you want a few tickets?"
And I wouldn't think of saying here divided by 71.
Would you hold a grudge about that though, if that was you?
If I'd been paying into it previously, and then the next time somebody in the Housewives
forgot.
Association forgets,
Yeah.
I'd be like, here,
Muriel
here,
forgets.
Gladys,
Yeah.
sort this out.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I would do something mental, and I'd be like, well, that's the cost.
But do you think they should have just sorted him out?
What?
You think they should have just sorted him out though?
I would have if I was in a Spanish Housewives Association. I would have.
Netflix film.
I know. I would have sorted him out. I'd have gone here. He normally paid in. I mean, how much? Like,
Probably a couple of euro a ticket.
Wouldn't you at least have gone? Wouldn't you at least have done something where you go, let's cover the cost of his house?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's
Or a nice slap up meal.
Let's buy.
All the trimmings.
Do you want? If I was saying to you right now, do you want a slap up meal or your mortgage paid off? What would you take? You would take the mortgage every day. Like pay his mortgage for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Or do something like that.
Frosty, they're all too long, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Is there none of them that?
This is quite a short one. Try this one.
Who's this? Ronald Wayne.
Okay. January 2022, Apple's market value hit 3 trillion. The foundation of this was laid by two men, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, but there was a third guy you probably don't know about, Ronald Wayne. When they decided to form a company together, they wanted Wayne to have a 10% stake in order to solve arguments and guide administrative decisions. One early decision from back before when Apple was previously incorporated saw Wayne help Wozniak understand the importance of Apple having proprietary circuits. He also helped them more unconventional ways by designing the Apple company's first logo.
Was that the multicolored apple?
Probably.
Was that their first one?
Unfortunately for Wayne, he would end up cutting ties with the future world beater before it took off. He sold his 10% share after 12 days.
Oh, you dick! He lasted fucking 2 weeks. Not even.
For
He
that,
got the. Do you know what he did? He got to the second Friday and
how
quit,
much do you think he made though? It ended up being worth 3 trillion. He could add 10% of that.
which would be what 3 billion.
Yeah. It'd be a lot.
Fosty's furiously googling this. How do you get Google to appear in like a wee thing like that?
300 grand, is that right?
No.
3 million.
No, more.
There's more.
10% of 3 million is 30 million. I know that, and I have borderline
300 million?
academic problems.
How many zeros are in that? I think that's 10% of 3 trillion.
Chloe's
so hard.
gone by me
I
saying
know.
I have academic
How many
problems.
zeros in a trillion?
What is a trillion though?
Loads.
Is a trillion 1,000 billions?
It must be a billion millions.
That's hard, isn't it? I hate maths.
That's what you say to Chloe every night. You go, I love you a trillion trillions. And then you say,
I know
1,000 millions.
trilly billions is something that we would say.
trilly billions?
Yeah, like a trillion billions, trilly billions.
But just by itself? Oh, trilly billions.
Yeah, and
come here.
then a bigger
Trilly
face, yeah.
billions. And then how do you?
and then close my eyes and. Yeah.
Anyway, he sold his shares for $800.
Oh, you dick! You absolute dick!
But that's like people who he would have
It's
well
like-
over
it's like-
200 billion.
What do you call
today.
the man? Stuart Sutcliffe, wasn't he like the fifth Beatle?
Oh
There used
right.
to be another Beatle, and he left before the Beatles
He's like, "Yous are
became
shit."
huge. Yeah, he's like, oh,
When they just had twist and shout.
yeah. So like, that's pretty unlucky. Who's that guy?
Adolf Sax.
Oh, surely the saxophone guy, is he?
He invented the saxophone, but that's hardly the only musical instrument he put his name to. He also created the saxotromba, the sax horn, and the sax tuba. Dirty bastard.
Why?
His other claim to fame far more absurd. He suffered a comical string of near-death experiences that we right at home in a Harold Lloyd movie. It started as a young child when he toppled down 3 flights of stairs, punctuating this mishap by whacking his head on a rock, and as the story goes, ended up in a coma. There was also the time he fell into a lit stove and suffered burns across his body,
Fuck's sake, sax.
and when he nearly drowned in a river and was fished out by someone passing
Do you reckon
by.
he just called everything like by his name like that? You know, somebody's like, "What's that in your arm?" And he's like, "A saxoburn." You know what I mean? He's just burnt himself, or like, "Oh, I was in a sax coma there."
I'd love to play a saxophone.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cool instrument. Like, have you ever played any wind instrument, anything like that has like or brass, anything that you have to blow into essentially?
No.
A trumpet's quite hard, but I heard
I
you did a
couldn't-
thing the other day where you were sort of pissing around and you just sort of went something like that.
When I did an elephant?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, why would you think it was?
I didn't know,
Trumpet?
but that is a good. You need to. Be
I went
able
like
to-
this. I went like this.
No, it definitely was not. It was like a high pitched. That's more like a horse. You definitely went.
Hold on. Let's appreciate this a bit more. Close your eyes and imagine there's a horse outside. Close your eyes.
That's pretty good.
You question that, or you just go,
Well, I know that there isn't a horse outside, or rather, I don't know that, but I know that there's a guy doing a horse impression there. But like, when you did the thing, that you need to be able to do something like that. You need to be able to do something like that to play a trumpet,
Yeah.
because it's the, what do they call it, the embouchure
do you know?
is like the shape that your mouth needs to take, and you need to be able to do that in the trumpet, or it won't make sound.
I couldn't play any musical instrument ever.
I know
don't
this
have the
because I
capacity to learn.
had 2 trumpet lessons before, and I actually have a trumpet.
I could see you being having a wee bugle.
I really would love to learn the trumpet. Like I love trumpet music, like Miles Davis and all, but like I should have started when I was younger. I can't do it now.
I could see you leading like a soul line in New Orleans.
Like like a funeral or something. They do
Oh,
those.
you
for
don't want a
funerals and all.
trumpet line? A trumpet line for a
They all
funeral?
come out and do the You ever see fucking? I mean, I'm basing this on the heavily racist.
Don't say the guys in Ghana with a
No,
coffin.
Live and Let Die, the James Bond movie, which is probably not a great representation of culture in New Orleans, but
Who's the Bond in that?
Moore. It's Moore's first Bond.
Because do you know Timothy Dalton is in the Yellowstone prequel in 1923?
No,
Plays
it
the
didn't,
body.
but he's fucking great.
But where's he been for years? Why has he not been in more stuff? I
So-
thought he would be really old or dead.
So I think with he does a lot of theatre. So I think with Bond,
Darling.
there was meant to be a third Bond with him in it,
Right.
and it got into.
Did he only do 2?
It got into development. Yeah, it got into development hell. So he did From Russia with Love and License to Kill.
Was he a good Bond?
I liked him. Sorry, Living Daylights, not From Russia with Love. It's all in Russia.
He's a
sorry.
good-looking guy, like.
Living Oh, the Living Daylights with Aha on the.
They
on
did the theme?
They did the music and Living Daylights. Sorry, yes, and so it's the one with the cellist, and she's the main Bond girl in that. Like
Who would be the worst musical act to do a Bond theme?
Jedward.
Yeah.
Or some, an act like that. But if you were talking about, I don't like Adele's Skyfall song. Let the sky fall to the moon.
Yeah.
You're like, it doesn't go anywhere. Do you know what's a fucking great Bond song? The Chris Cornell one, the fucking here, and don't even start me on Bassy, because we'll be here all day.
You like hers?
Some of her ones are class. Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah.
Fucking Goldfinger.
Yeah, I'm saying she's good. I didn't know
What?
you're Goldfinger.
You have to.
Yeah. Who? Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah. Diamond, like this. Diamond
Diamonds Are Forever. And then you show your old mum hole. That's what she has. That's what she does.
Old Mum Hole is definitely like a bluegrass band you could be in. Ciaran Bartlett and the Old Mum Hole Boys. That's you. You're a guy in the 20s who plays bluegrass.
Do you know what Bassy is like? Bassy is like somebody. She's like somebody's slightly tardy aunt at like a
What do you mean by that?
At like a caravan site's summer talent show.
Right.
But she was the biggest star in the world.
She's got it
for ages.
yeah.
She is actually a really good singer.
What other bluegrass bands could you have been in? And it's you and like the guys you're with rotate, but you like to drink moonshine.
I would like it if
time.
my name. Yeah, well, what about Big Nips and the Moonshiners? Do you know what I
Big
mean?
Nips. This new one by Big Nips and the Moonshiners.
What about? Let me see.
Big Truck on the Wheels.
Pussyfooting, something like that. You know, like
Pussyfoot. And what rhymes?
Big Zeke and the Pussyfooters. You know what I mean? Or like
Big Zeke. Do you know who I'll give you your character background. You started off as a preacher, a very talented like child preacher, and then you left the church and went the other way.
Oh yeah. So what if it was like
the church keeps calling me back. Bum 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 bum.
Reverend, what can it be called? Something like the
Reverend Love.
Reverend Love.
Reverend Moonshine. Reverend Moonshine.
Reverend Moonshine and the
Love Dummies.
and the Chicken Tenders. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, like
Reverend
and
Love and the Chicken Tenders.
and the Texas Panhandlers. Do you know what I mean? Something like. Here, there's a guy we've been listening to recently. What's his name? Jake Vadeland. He's like.
Country?
Yeah, so he lives as if it's like the 1940s, 50s.
Hate that.
No, but
Hate that.
the music though.
Oh no, he looks. Do you know what this looks like? I've had a breakdown. Shane lives like it's the 40s now. Say, Ciaran, what news? You're like, man, people are worried about you.
Yeah.
Say, gosh darn it.
When we're gonna do something about Pearl Harbor? You know what I mean? I'm
You're not selling any tickets. Gee whiz.
This guy's
She's
really
left
good,
you.
though. She's left you. This guy.
Well, that's a bunch of soft strawberries.
Unbelievable.
Go down to the image, second row left. That's me.
I think he looks like a mad Rick Astley. He sort of looks like Mark Lamar there.
What does he do? Like a Buddy Holly kind of thing?
It's kind of more country. It's kind of like a mix of like Johnny Cash, Marty Robbins, Everly Brothers, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Really good. Like Marty Robbins. Did you ever hear his stuff?
He sounds like a guy who cleans your windows.
They're all like he had an album.
Marty Robbins.
Called Gunslinger Ballads or Gunfighter Ballads, and they're all songs, and one of them's in the last episode of Breaking Bad. The last episode of Breaking Bad. It's called Felina, and they use this song at the start of it.
What do you think of Post Malone at the minute? You up on his stuff? He's just taking over the country world.
I need to just say this though. The fact that they've called it Felina is really good, because Felina's the girl in this song, and the story in the song in this ballad is a guy in New Mexico fancies this woman, and somebody else comes in and gets with her. He cracks up, shoots that guy, leaves town, and then rides back into town knowing he's going to die because he needs to see Felina again. And that's what Walter White does. He leaves town and he rides back in knowing he's going to die because he needs to see Jesse and his family. I've broken it apart. Vince Gilligan, if you're watching, I know you're watching. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do whatever you want. I don't know what your next show's going to be, but I'm ready.
Do you like what Post Malone's doing in music at the minute?
I don't know what he's doing. I can't look at that guy.
You know he's a rapper?
Aye.
He's just gone country now, and he's doing collabs with everybody, and he's about to put out an album.
So he's
got Dolly
copying
Parton.
Beyonce.
Who?
He's copying Beyonce.
He was doing this.
Was he? Before Cowboy Carter? My bag.
Well, he'd gone more. I'd say around the same time.
Have I just bodied Post Malone there? Have I?
No, I'd say he started doing that around the same time.
Have you heard Cowboy Carter? That album?
I hate the first song, so I won't listen to any more of it.
What is the first song? I like
Texas
Genuine-
Hold'em.
Oh, I like that. I like that. No? Sounds like The Gambler. I hate
Probably
The
is
Gambler.
really
to be fair.
good.
What?
But Post Malone is a new song with Luke Combs. He's just what he's doing. What I like is he's just getting the biggest country stars. He goes, "I'll write us a wee tune. We'll make a fun video," and he's got an album coming out with Dolly Parton, Tim McGraw, Luke Combs, all these people. It's getting people like me into country music.
I've been into country music here. Do you know
I've
who-
been being into country music.
My dad used to really like Hank
Williams?
Like he liked Hank Williams. Do you know he liked a guy called Hank Snow, and he liked a yodeler guy called Slim Whitman. Now those songs, they were fucking hard going. Like
Yeah, of course.
he'd stick a
It's
tape-
yodeling.
He'd stick a tape out on the car, and I'd be like, fuck. And it was
Can you yodel?
not really, no.
Come on, give us a bit.
You know, what's that? No, I think as far as I can go with it is the sort of the start. You know, the start of a yodel, like the you know,
Go.
but you're singing anyway.
Yeah.
The Garth Brooks vibe of like sort of, you know, where you sort of just go like, "Whoa, hey, you know, I'm nobody's sugar baby now. I can't really do it.
Being serious,
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to do. I can do it a wee bit.
do you think you could write a country album?
I wouldn't
being
want to do a
serious.
whole album. I could write a song. I could write a song, a country song. Yeah.
Reverend Moonshine.
Reverend Moonshine.
Let's
What are we
workshop
going to
it.
go with? Are we going to go Reverend Moonshine and the Chicken Tenders, or we're going Reverend Moonshine and the old Mumhole Boys? That's it. Reverend Moonshine and the old Mumhole Boys.
I need to finish 3am in California first, or separate.
Oh,
that
here,
still?
3 a.m. in California.
It's on the back burner.
It's a hit.
We're making a sketch show and then we're going to focus on that.
Yeah, we're going. Then we're going
Aren't
to
we?
focus on it. I love that. Yeah, we're doing sketches at the minute, and then we're gonna focus on our music career.
Right. What's our song called? So is it about your preacher
well,
type background? Are you on
there's
the
a couple
run?
of there's a couple of themes that are always interesting, and sort of you have to decide if you want what type of country songs you want it to be. Do you want it to be a fucking right, or do you want it to be a spiritual, or do you want it to be a ballad? And if it's going to be a ballad,
It's not a ballad.
right, okay, that's sad though, because if it's going to be a ballad, you can go for is this going to be like a gritty ballad, like say something like Thunder Rolls, which is all like, I've had an affair and my wife's going to fully shoot me in the face. Or you can go for like there's a Marty Robbins one, is some guy has caught his wife on with somebody and he's fucking plugged them both and he's waiting to be hanged. Very sad.
This is more, I think, you're on the run because the church is trying to call you back. So here's the song. You've got the devil on one shoulder, God on the other,
Yeah.
and they're pulling you in both directions. So you're confused.
Ripped apart by opposing deities. Yeah.
Well, let's workshop that title. But they're trying to pull you in all directions. But you've got a taste. You've got a
I
taste.
really wish I had my guitar with me because it would inform this massively. Is there a keyboard?
Yeah.
If there's a keyboard, I can do some rudimentary chords, give us a wee bit of a tune, a beat like.
Bum 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 bum. But it's more like, you know, that butter.
Oh, like more of like a
Bum,
like
bum,
a
bum.
sort of country bluesy.
Yes.
Vibe.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Like Howlin' Wolf, remember him?
Dum 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 bum dum bow de do. One
Yes,
of those ones
yes.
like a bluesy. De bo de de bo.
I was born.
Yeah, like
Born in the field. Bum, 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 bum.
bum bo de de do.
Didn't have no front door.
Ba de de do. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Didn't have no front door. That's fucking great. I was born in a field. But I quite like the idea. See, you could go Garth Brooks vibes with this though,
No.
and go sort of for that up tempo, you know, that up tempo kind of like, you know, like hillbilly rap. Like,
See, instead of you in like the nice cowboy hat and the expensive shirt,
you want to see me in
Overalls,
like wrecked dungarees,
bit of straw in your mouth.
Yeah, okay.
sitting outside a gas station.
Do you know what? Do you know what I will say? Let me come back to you with this with a guitar,
Right.
and I'll.
You swear you will?
I swear we will write this.
Right.
I will write a song about devil on my shoulder. It's got to be something like devil on my shoulder, God in my heart, or something like that. You know what I mean? Or angels on my shoulder and the devil in my heart. Oh my God, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's too long though.
No, but that's the line. That's the finishing line of the chorus. We'll just call it angels
Angel on my shoulder, devil
Devil in my heart, any morning, man, I'm ready. Look, I'm fucking meanie morning. I'm on my fucking
Something,
easy rider.
that's a good place to start. Angel on my shoulder,
Devil in my heart, any morning. Mate, give me a guitar or a piano. I'll do it right now. I can't even really play a piano, but I know it enough. I'll do it now.
We don't, but that'll be.
Oh.
We used to.
So where's the grant? Get me
Is it in
a
the
baby.
building?
I need a baby grant. Get it.
I need a baby grand.
Yeah. I can't. Do you ever see? John Legend just sitting down and playing the piano and just singing?
I bought his first
Very
album
good.
without any single releases because he was Kanye West backing singer.
Did that have Ordinary People on it?
Yeah, the album was Get Lifted, and it's excellent.
He's one of the best guys for like a noise, for like a
I'm sure you'd be happy to hear that.
no, but like a in Ordinary People he goes like something like, times we get sick of love, sometimes we get sick of love. Seems like it's harder every day. Hey.
Yeah.
And then there's one in the Django song he does. I'm a vigilante.
Great.
A wanted man. But he does a noise in that too.
Could you ever see yourself performing live music again? Just music?
I would have to rehearse for a long time because I don't really sing anymore. So
Imagine.
like I hate the way it sounds right now.
I thought about this earlier. Imagine one night you just showed up to the Dirty Onion and played with Kev unannounced on a Friday or Saturday night. People would go
It would be
bonkers.
I should say Pleasant Thirsty Goat, just so
Sorry.
Kev Pleasant Thirsty Goat. I would be torturous. Do you know that can get quite rowdy in there.
Yeah.
Even like
Without twang.
just without me. Yeah. So like people's faces being there, I hate that.
We get a barrier.
You would think a barrier would be enough, but as Johnny and I would tell you, like when we used to play, we had
Barrier ain't enough as another.
That's another
Reverend Moonshine.
Reverend Moonshine and the old Mumhole boys. That's so funny.
Me and Willie are the old mumble boys.
I just yeah. So like we used to have
Are we like the Soggy Bottom Boys?
Do you know I want one of these to have the old bass thing that's like it's like a mop with a big string on it, and it like goes into like a milk churn type thing,
Right.
and you actually make the notes by like how far you're tightening it.
What's the most basic
Boom,
instrument
boom,
I could
bodie,
play that
bodie.
actually sounds good?
A harmonica probably if like this is true. If we could literally do this, right? I have a box of harmonicas, right? So like I don't
Why?
even because I used to sometimes have a wee bit of a oh mate, I'll tell you why, right? So
Never seen you as passionate ever.
there
I'll
was-
fucking
there-
tell you why I
there-
had harmonicas.
There was a time. This time was after I finished my PhD and I started
Do you
to get
have a
better. Yeah, after I finished the first one, I started getting. I wasn't too well around that time, but then when I started getting better again, there was about a year before I was really back doing comedy again, where I took music pretty seriously. So like late 2014 to late 2015, right? I was taking it way more seriously. I'd improved a lot on the guitar. I bought another guitar so that I could have one sitting beside me that was like tuned differently. And I would do all my weird tunings on that one. And so when I was doing some of that stuff, so for instance, the set would range from like, Kings of Leon and fucking Cooks and stuff like that people wanted to like stuff I wanted to play that was like, I would do Heartbeats by Jose Gonzalez, and then I would do like, or Jose Gonzalez, sorry, and then I would do like, I would tune from that tuning into something else and do that, and then at halftime we'd tune that guitar right down into like C tuning and do some John Martin stuff in the second half, while also still doing, you know, the shit that people are actually asking
I
for.
want to dance with
I
somebody.
would sort of go like 3 for them, 1 for me would be the way it was. But then some people started like the other weird shit I was doing, and some of the weird shit required a wee harmonica bracket and the wee harmonica here, and you could do like,
Now, did it require it?
yes, because a couple of the songs have harmonica in it, so I would like play it, and all you need to do is, if I say to you, well, this song's going to be in D, because there's 2 different types of harmonica. There's the chromatic ones that have like every note in it nearly, and you need to know what you're fucking really doing to play that, and then there's one that's just like, this is for the key of D, and those ones will just, nearly anything you do on that will sound fine.
So I could play that.
You could play that, and then we can get Willie. Do you know what we should get Willie? We need a bit of percussion here. We'll get him an old washboard.
Yeah.
And he can just fucking scrape it.
I'd like to play, you know, the wee wooden box.
Oh, the cajon.
But is that harder to play than you think?
It
It looks easy as fuck.
when a drummer plays it, you would see that it, you know, but like a civilian could also just, you can,
Drummer or
you can
civilian?
get, so you can get like a kick pedal for it. So if it's just 4/4, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can start adding in like,
Even
You know
that's,
what I mean?
even I couldn't do that.
oh, you could try to go kick, like kick tap, kick tap, kick tap, kick tap. It's already starting though. That was better in your first go.
Bum,
And then when you do that
bum.
really fast, that's like a blast beat.
Right.
You know, like, can't really do it.
I'm going to Edinburgh tomorrow, and I wish it was last year and you were doing the Fringe, because then I could hang out with you at the Fringe.
I know.
Although, was that
was
last
good.
year or the year before? Last year.
year.
Remember, and we went to Byron Burger, remember? It was really
Yeah.
nice, but there was a long queue.
It took forever.
You were shouting at someone or something.
I was shouting at
You
somebody.
give off to
Oh
someone.
yeah, yeah, that's me in a restaurant. I'm always so mouthy and unanonymous.
But it was a great meal from what I remember.
It was a great meal, but it did literally take forever. Like, we
ages.
were all pretty much late after that, if you remember.
Yeah.
Um,
Where should I eat after the gig? Because I'm done at 7:20.
depends really what you're in the mood for, I suppose. Because I have some I've got some good recommends for Edinburgh. If you want like a wee dessert, haute cuisine. Haute, not haute cuisine, haute dolce.
You sounded like an owl for a while there.
Haute dolce is like a dirty, just big dessert restaurant. Amazing, and it's near Gordon Ramsay Street Burger. It's
it
in
good?
that big. It's in that big shopping centre. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh.
Saint something.
Yes.
St James.
Yeah.
And then Red Box is near the Pear Tree, and it's a wee build your own Chinese. No, it's like a wee restaurant. It's lovely. You build your own, and then they make it.
I hope
And
William's
then
doing it. I need to go and look after William.
B Burger for a very dirty burger, like, and it's
Oh, I know where that is.
it's near the TV. Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
It is great. They would be my favorite.
Are you
places.
delighted not to go to Edinburgh this year?
Yeah. Didn't love it. Like, I liked the town,
Yeah.
and I liked the areas outside the town.
Yeah.
Rosslyn Chapel was amazing. The big Da Vinci Code thing, that was class. And we went to a castle called Thurlaston for a wee tour, and it was brilliant. I like doing stuff like that. I didn't love gigging every night for a month. It was dog shit.
Do you like that we're making a sketch show at the minute?
Yeah, I do like that. I'm fucking knackered. So it's very hard to like. But I am enjoying it. It's been good. I think people are gonna enjoy it. Some of the stuff we've done has been quite.
You didn't like being bare feet in the forest,
But I went for it.
but you did it.
I definitely felt for pretty much the rest of that day until I had a shower that there was insects eating me alive, and there might have been.
Yeah.
But it's
been
funny
good fun.
though, because one of the guys who's working on it with us, I goes, I'm gonna get fucking Lyme disease or something here, which is like you get it if a tick, gets into your fucking leg or something. And he goes, oh, this isn't the countryside, and I'm like, I'm barefoot in a clearing in a forest.
Yeah.
This is the countryside. Did you hear that bull? Did you hear that noise?
The what, sorry?
The bull. Don't make me say it. The bull. There was a bull squealing.
Dennis Rodman played for the Chicago Bulls.
There was Yes, he did. There was a bull
Yeah, that's right.
squealing.
And
And-
we
and-
heard this. And Ciaran goes, "The fuck's that?" And everyone's like, "A bull?" And
I
"Is it?"
was like, is that a cow? And everyone else was like, a bull. And I was like, or a bull. And I was like, right, sorry that I didn't fucking, I don't know every fucking animal noise ever. I'd never heard a noise like it. It wasn't a normal.
That's such an overreaction. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know every fucking animal. That's a mum on a holiday under pressure when it's 32 degrees. I'm sorry, I don't know every
That's
fucking...
that's where I idle mentally. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I'm idling as
Yeah.
mum under pressure.
You're a too warm holiday mum.
Don't make me get fucking old mum hole out, like, you know what I mean? Diamonds off, or the hoops out, like.
You were scared in the Telegraph building too.
Oh, fucking right. Telegraph building was
Because
actually.
it's derelict bar where they have the concerts, which is a tiny part of the building.
Yeah, and we were up in one of the old.
Let me point out, we'd been there the night before, me and
in
Mickey,
the dark, yeah.
filming in the middle of the
So
night.
I was only there for like an hour or whatever, but it was like there was a bit, there was like 2 or 3 minutes. You and Niall went down to pick stuff up. And save me the bother of having to fucking go downstairs and lift stuff and all that. But in that minute, when you were away,
Because it's very quiet.
it's very quiet. There's spiders everywhere. There's massive rat traps everywhere. I was just shouting myself, and it's very dark. And do you know what I thought to myself? I thought, I'll go over to the window here, because there's light coming in.
Yeah.
And the windows are just covered in dead things. Like, literally, just fucking spider webs and all, like...
Well, we filmed not to give anything away, a torture scene the night before
Yeah.
in there, and we were like screaming. It was like something out of Hostel, and then we were loading gear in and out, and it was terrifying.
I actually can't wait to see some of the stuff. I can't, because I wasn't there for that, so I can't wait to see that stuff.
People are gonna love it.
And I think the one in the forest was a lot of fun.
How good that friends of ours are just in it too,
Yeah,
and
it
they're
is
killing
good.
it. They're all
is
killing
good.
it. Mickey's a
murdered it.
fucking
An animal.
Oscar level actor. Like.
This is something I said to you the other day. Even when we were like fucking about, it's enough of acting for me to go, this is hard. Like,
Yeah, but you don't make it look hard.
oh, it's hard. Like, it's like, I mean, no, I'm going.
Oh, to learn all the
I'm
stuff.
going like, I'm fucking about, and I think it's hard. How hard is it to do like
To be a real actor.
to do like actual shit
this?
and
Like this? Like you mean real acting like this?
real acting and have it be good?
You need to have a talk. Like that?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
like
fun.
like obviously people like DiCaprio are at like the top of that game, but like that's when you realize, like, you know,
When does
he's
it be out?
Ronaldo and you're playing Wolsey with your mate, you know.
When does it be out? October?
I think we deliver it in October, and then I don't know when we haven't got that date yet, but
Yeah.
it'll probably be. I think it would either be around Halloween or Christmas. They'll probably put it out around something like that.
Do you wanna? I need to pee so bad. Do you wanna plug some stuff?
I'd plug some stuff, yeah.
I'll go pee. Guys, thanks very much for watching and listening.
Yeah, I'll plug
I need
some
to go
shit.
10 out of 10.
No worries. So I'm doing my Opera House shows 23rd to the 28th of September.
All singing.
All music. No, so it's a musical comedy show. I have all new songs. The music is produced by. There's gonna be extra production on it, and it's written by me and Gianni. So I'm very excited about that. Produced by Gianni. So we're doing that. Tickets are available at goh.co.uk. I'm not touring this show, so this is the only chance to come see this show. Are going to be the 8 shows that I'm doing on those 6 days. So there's 2 shows on the Friday and 2 on the Saturday. It's also the last solo show that I'm going to be doing for some time, because I'm taking a break from stand up after this for a bit, and I'll only do 1 or 2 gigs just to keep my toe in the water for a good while. So I'll be taking an extended break, and this is so no tour. Last show I'm doing. Get your tickets. If you're being dead on, you don't care what night you come on, buy tickets for the Tuesday and Wednesday. Help me out, because they're selling I like a dog shit, and that would be great. So that's it, really.
No blasters.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Fossy's just like, fucking no blasters. Fuck. No Blasters comes out every Tuesday on all your podcast platforms. Over at patreon.com/No Blasters, we have all our Patreon material, all our extra podcasts that come out every Thursday. No Blasters Extra Time.
Quite a lot of cross pollination as well. There's a fair few sippers that are on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
blasters and vice versa. So
Yeah,
you'll see
so
people
like-
that you recognise.
There's loads of stuff on there as well. Like there's about 2 years now of Patreon material, just all like podcasts. My comedy specials are on there. We've got Nevermind the Mock Blames on there. We've got live streams, a cookery segment called Smells Bitchin'. And we've put it all into collections, so you can just sort of go in if you just wanted to watch all the Smells Bitchins, they're in there. So it's a great old time, and that's at patreon.com/noblasters. Other than that, I'm good. Harry's back. Good? Feel a wee bit lighter?
Yeah, it's just 10p.
I know, sometimes after I do it, I feel like I've peached a pound. Do you ever do that?
You feel like heavy with piss?
Yeah. I have a wee bit of peach going on like that right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I could probably peach, but I'll hold it.
Why?
What do you mean?
Oh, right, you mean like right now? I thought you meant before you leave, and I was going to say then you'll break your golden
No,
rule.
I would actually literally rather hold it now and then peach seconds before leaving the building.
Love you.
Love you, mate.
Let's get ready for tea with me.